Fellas, welcome to the first episode, first rendition, first whatever you want to call it of this podcast type video type deal. We got Molly out here. It's currently the 28th, which means we draft in 3 days. 3 days. Edge is out here taking notes. Edge doesn't even fucking take notes in school. He's out here taking notes for a draft. So you guys better be fucking ready. Drew's out here making spreadsheets. I know fucking Reed's watching them cringy YouTube videos with the guys who have Trevor Lawrence in the second round. But 3 days. Let's get right into it, fellas.
Out leverage. Watch DeAndre Smith as he turns that corner. There's nobody there.
Good blocking on the screws. Chase. Down the goal. There he goes. He had it in a blender and he's off to the races.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
All right. First things first. Kind of wanted to go over the rules and everything so you guys can see. Man, I don't know how to do any of the tech shit. I don't know. I'm using fucking Zoom. It's the only thing I know how to use. Fucking Zoom, because we used it for class or whatever. So welcome to Zoom University, Zoom podcast, Zoom whatever. All right. So league rules. Obviously, we have 10 teams. Your roster, it doesn't say the number here for some reason, but I believe we have 25 total. So we're gonna have 25 rounds of the draft. Playoffs is gonna be 6 teams still, so 60% of us will make it into the playoffs. So if you don't make it into the playoffs, you fucking suck. You have a 60% chance. Early preseason predictions. I'm gonna go Edge, Lando, Blair, Rocco, not making it. Just early predictions. Playoffs start week 15. I think that's the same as it was last year. Whatever it is, it gives you a 1 week for each round of the playoffs. Because if you wanted to do 2 weeks, you'd have to do 4 teams. Waiver type, same as last year, reverse standing. So the worst dude will have the first pick in the week. Unless he makes a pick, then he drops down to last and yada, yada, yada. Waivers are all the same. I try to make everything as close to last year's scoring and everything, every setup for it is possible, as close to last year's as possible, except for obviously the dynasty aspect of it. Trade deadlines, the 13th. That is the latest it would let me do it. I think we did week 14 last year, but that's fine. That's 2 weeks before playoffs. And that is the last week. So you really only have 1 week before you have to go to playoffs. I think we only had a couple trades by then anyway. IR slots, you're only going to have one. You have such a deep bench that you don't really need IR, but we'll give you one just in case you get someone breaks their neck or something. Draft pick trading is allowed. Edge and I were already bantering in the chat about this earlier, but you can trade draft picks. So if we're drafting and I have whatever, my second round pick and I don't want it, and Reed's looking at Josh Allen sitting there in the second round and he really wants him, he can trade up for my pick. Give me either any of his picks this year or up until 2024. So you can trade picks 2 years in advance. So you can trade your 2023 picks and your 2024 picks. We're not going to do anything more than that because then you get sketchy, and if someone leaves and whatever, we don't want to deal with that shit. So 2 years in advance, you can trade. Like I said before, the scoring shit is going to be as close to it can be as it was last year. So passing yards, 0.04 per yard, whatever. You don't need to go through all this. You can go through all that on your own time if you really want to. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, rosters. So obviously we're gonna do super flex this year. So you're gonna have one quarterback, two running backs, two receivers, a tight end, three flexes. We're dropping two people. So we have two full rosters of players that are like adding to our rosters basically because we have two gone. So I think adding another flex is good. And in most dynasties, I know you guys have been watching videos and shit. Like you're starting 9, 10 players at least. So I think this will be good. And then we obviously have our super flex and then our kicker and defense again. Yeah, scoring divisions. Let's do that right now. So we're gonna spin for divisions here. So I'm just gonna go straight up NFC, and then the rest will be AFC. So we don't have to fucking spin this thing a million times. Here is for the first person of the NFC conference. Willie. Willie out here leading the NFC. You got the claps, the confetti. All right. Willie going to the NFC. We need some conference rivals that are good. Dylan? No! I feel like both Jaimes need to be in the same conference because I think you play your conference members more than non-conference, if I'm right. I have no idea. Willie Rocco in the NFC. Add Lando to that. It's a weak-ass NFC, I'll tell you that. AFC is going to be fucking loaded, just like in IRL. Bang! We got the brother rivalry. Holy shit. This is going to be a stacked ass AFC. Oh my God. And they get Blair too. All right. Blair, Lando, Willie, Dylan, and Rocco for the NFC. Holy fuck. Well, if the winner doesn't come out of the fucking AFC this year, I will fucking cry. These are actually long-term conferences. So this is welcome to your new conference for a while, boys. Till I go back to back at least. All right, what else we need to talk about here? So payment for the league. I think I said it in chat, but just in case anyone didn't see it, either Venmo me, I'll drop the Venmo, or the preferable method is to just give me cash because I just take it all out in cash anyway at the start of the season and then throw it in an envelope. So if you want to Venmo me, it's just Tyler Schisler, nothing else. That's what it is. All right. So for this thing, this podcast, this whatever, let me know if you guys like it. If you don't, I mean, this is for everyone. We have $100 buy-in league, and we are a pretty active league, and so I'm trying to make it more engaging. Everyone seems to be pretty invested into the league, so I think it'd be cool to do something like this to get everyone in and also get everyone involved. So if every week we had someone different, like if next week after the draft, fucking Drew wanted to come in and talk shit about the draft, like that would be cool, or and so on, whatever, every week. But a couple different segments because we had last year we had in the little Snapchat videos we had trending up, trending down. I think we keep that. I think that was a good one. Matchup of the week is obvious. We have to do matchups of the week. A new one that I wanted to add is the low ballers. So you got guys like Edge out there sending you bullshit low ball trades. Send them in, screenshot them, send them to me, and we'll expose them on here every single week. So then another one. So like I was saying, I want to have someone on, and so I want to do a segment called "Explain the Move," where if you have a blockbuster, everyone's spamming the chat. I want you to come on here and I want you to explain why you did that. Boom and bust would just be one where going into it, we each just say a player that is boomed this past week and a player that busted this past week. And then obviously, like at the beginning of everything, we'll go through what happened in the league, what someone got injured, what happened in this league, if trades were made and that shit. And that's really it for what I want to do. I don't want to make it too long. Like I'm thinking like 15 minutes and just cut it at that, like 15, 20, whatever. Like I said, I just want to make it more engaging. We paying $100, so this way, you got 17 weeks of entertainment and not 17 weeks of wanting to kill yourself because your team's in last place and you just wasted $100. So trying to make it fun. I think that's really it. Whoever wants to come on next week, I want to do a little post-draft episode. So whoever thinks they have the best draft and want to prove why, or whoever wants to talk shit, we can set that up for after the draft. We could do a little in-person TV episode, because I know he ain't going to be here for any of them. So let me know. It's on Zoom, so just get Zoom and it'll be easy. All right, fellas, 3 days. Get ready, because I'm going to be fucking ready, and I'm going to dominate this shit. 3rd overall. I'm trading down low. If you want the 3rd pick, just DM me. All right, fellas, we will catch you next time.
I've paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share.